The biggest shift in AI world is that people moving from talking to AI into handing it actual work. Cowork is Anthropic answer to that. It's built for people who don't write code but want the same automations that developers have had for a while. Cowork can create documents and presentations and understand your files and organize your emails. It's connect direct to your drive, understand your files and folders, and override them or create new documents. When we are done for today, you will know exactly how to set up your Cowork, your safe environment, and you will be able to run your first real task. Let's start by addressing what is exactly the difference between Cowork and a chat. Okay, let's start first by addressing what exactly is a Cowork and what is a chat and what are the difference between them. Chat is a tool working in your browser. Cowork is a desktop app. Chat is perfect to answer your questions, and Cowork is perfect when you want to delegate well-defined tasks. When to use one or another one, chat is perfect for brainstorming session, as a thinking partner, or to ask a simple question and get a simple answer inside of the chat. Cowork is a tool where you can delegate your task and receive real results. Let's make a first step and install our app. Before you're gonna install your app, you can also validate if your system is ready to do this. I'm working on Windows and I'm gonna validate this by running this task. The link will be in the description. One of the conditions is not met, my virtual machine platform. The best way to solve this kind of issue is just ask AI how to solve it. I'm gonna make a screenshot of that and drop into the new conversation with chat. Hey, can you help me to install a Cowork app? I was running a test available on the Anthropic website and I got this error. Can you help me to solve this? Okay, so what we need to do, we need to open our PowerShell as administrator. The command is executed. Next step, I need to restart system. So let's see what's gonna happen after that. We are after the restart. Let's see if the change which Claude suggested worked out. I'm just gonna run the same test again. The problem which was before, the virtual machine platform, now is ticked off as ready to go. You can download Cowork in two different ways. You can just use the same link which we used so far, or just go to the Claude AI, go to settings, get apps and extension, and download for Windows. Another thing which you need to execute, we need to switch the developer mode. So let's do this right away. I'm gonna go to settings. One thing to realize, by installing the desktop app of Claude, you allow Claude to do changes in your system. It's safe to do, however, you need to know what you're doing. And that's exactly the reason why we're gonna establish our safe environment. First thing which you're gonna do, we're gonna establish a safe environment to make sure that Claude is not able to interact with any other documents that we're gonna allow it for. Just like that, we set up our app. Let's now talk a little bit more. What are the difference between talking to app and talking to chat? The main difference between Claude AI and desktop app is that when using the desktop app, you're delegating a task. You need to start thinking about working with an app in terms of what output do you want to achieve. To help you to make the switch, we're going to use this three-step framework. We're going to think in terms of input, transformation, and output. What is our input? We're going to direct Claude to our folder, into specific files, or into specific email or set of emails which we want to work with. Then we're going to describe the transformation which is supposed to happen. Are we talking about sorting the files? Are we talking about summarizing documents? Are we talking about combining research into a report? And then we're going to talk about output. Are we expecting a new document? Are we expecting a new folder? What exactly do we want to achieve by delegating this task? How to talk to this app? Very similar as talking to chatbot, you need to be very specific and clear about what exactly are you doing. A weak example is clean up my files. There is no input, no transformation, and no output. A better way of doing this is to say sort my downloads folder by file type and the download date. In this way, we're covering our three-step framework: input, transformation, and the output. Don't stress about it too much. App is designed in the way that when something is not clear, it's just gonna ask you clarification questions similar to the chatbot. Let's change all of this theory into practice and let's try to do something useful. The scenario which you're going to use today is, I want to understand what is my internet spend in this year. I'm going to connect my Gmail where I'm receiving all of my invoices from internet provider, and I'm gonna ask to create an Excel file so I can clearly see how much money I'm spending on this. Let's try to do this. We're going back to our app. Let's start with connecting our Gmail to the app. We're gonna go to Customize, Connectors, Gmail, and Connect. Before the delegation, let's look again at the structure which we're going to use to clearly express what do we want. So we need to describe our input, our transformation, and our output. Let's start with our input. Please go to my Gmail account and look for all of the invoices received from Odido. Next, our transformation. Please analyze the spend on internet and then the output. Please create an Excel file so I can clearly see what is my monthly spend in 2026. Okay, so this is actually really interesting. Odido is my provider for my internet at home, but also my mobile. So I'm really curious to see how Claude gonna deal with this problem and pull up only the invoices from the internet. As you see, it's correctly interpreted that TAUS is the house invoices. So let's see what's going to happen now. Okay, so the first part is completed. As you see on the screen, there is not an invoice found for February and March, which is surprising. I already paid it. Second, it also found my mobile spend and keep this as a separate column, which is fine. He pointed out that there is no invoices for the 2 missing months, so that actually is really good. Surprisingly, it also found information about my provider switch, which is going to happen next month. I would have to tweak it a little bit more to get exactly that's what I want, but let's skip it for now. We're gonna focus on fine-tuning this tool in the next episode. Right now, let's just finalize the task which we established and let's ask to save this file into our folder. Okay, this is fine. Can you please save this at the dedicate folder in my hard drive? Done. Okay, let's see if the file really exists. This is the folder which we just created, and inside we have our file which was saved a minute ago. So this works well. The results are not perfect. We're gonna focus on fine-tuning this in the next episode, but as you see, it's absolutely powerful tool which finally is connected to your drive, can understand your files, can understand your folder structure, and can execute tasks for you in your local environment, which I found absolutely amazing because finally you skipping the part of downloading and uploading the files into the conversation. You're skipping the part that you need to overwrite manually your files, and you're also skipping the part that you have like 6-7 versions of the same file because they are new information which are happening. It will be very useful if you having running meetings with your team and you're creating a to-do list. And this file can be just override with the new actions which are just created, and the ones which are completed will be marked as completed. So I think it's absolutely amazing. Let's do a quick recap what we were able to achieve today. We finalized the installation of the app and we solved all of the problems along the way using Claude AI to direct us in the right way. We create our safe environment which Claude have access to review the files, create the new files or delete the old ones. And we went through the methodology, how using app is different to using the Claude.ai. One of the most easy way to improve results of your Cowork app is by using skills. The best part of that, those are the same skills which you create for our chatbot. The previous episodes are covering exactly how to create one and how to evaluate one. Links are on the screen. Thank you for watching.